So I've been hearing about vibe coding a lot, and I'm gonna give this a shot. This time what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start from scratch, and we're gonna build a replication web app of Candy Crush. I don't know how this can be done yet, but I'm going to use Cursor and start from scratch and see if we can pull something off here. So let's, on the right side here, you see there is a composer whose job is to write code for us. And I'm going to go ahead and add my first prompt here. So the prompt is to create a game like Candy Crush, but like Scrabble, where let's say once you make meaningful words, the entire tile collapses, just like it does on Candy Crush game. Use Python as necessary. Go ahead and set a full project. Ensure you create relevant virtual environments and install packages. So at this point, I think you know what we want to build and see how we go forward with this. I was thinking I could have used the Thinking Claude 3.7 Sonnet model, but never mind. I'm just going to experiment with this model and see if we can get something out of this. So this is creating an asset folder, and now it's getting the, rather creating the virtual environment here. It also installed the Pygame package, which is necessary for building this game, and then it looks like it's setting up the readme file for us here. There you go. So I think the basic setup is already done, and now it's setting up the dictionary, which I can only assume would be a list of words. So I'm just gonna let it complete. I'm gonna remove the camera here so you guys see what's going on, and yeah. So the game is already running now, and if I start the game, let's see what happens. Yeah, nothing really happens when I'm clicking on start game here. So I'm just gonna put nothing happens when start game is clicked, and I let it fix the issues. I think it's done pretty good job when writing all the necessary code and connecting the dictionary file with the game itself. So this takes some time to fix. All right, so the game is now running. There was an issue with some environment variables which I was able to fix, and now when I click on the start game, it actually starts the game and automatically also ends the game. So there's another issue here. All right, so this honestly is very tough to understand, and I also want to be able to drag words accordingly and also have hints. So let's drop that as a follow-up prompt. I want the ability to drag words to make matches and also have hints and also have a more minimal UI for the app. Please make those changes and share it. Keep this a bit on easier side and ensure that we are able to make word connections as much as possible. All right, so this is going to take a while, so I'm just going to wait and let it go. Yeah, it looks like it's working. This is not too bad. So LET was the word that we found. I don't know how it was connected with the this drag. So it shows this now. Let's do or EN. I don't really know how changing this word is going to. Yeah, nothing really happened. So the hints may not be really working. Also, the drag only works if you have related words. Let's see one more hint. Okay, so if I drag this, apparently some random words got completed automatically, which is strange. We can add one more prompt and then see how the final output really looks like. But trust me, if we built a game from scratch, words automatically disappear, or rather break. So I think the game functionality is broken. Can you make this or revamp this? Maybe start with actual words and shuffle them such that user just has to rearrange in a specific time. So again, the logic of the game is not up to the point, which is what we want to fix with this prompt. But this is going to be my final prompt, and post this, maybe we can develop this game later on. What I wanted to prove as a point is that you can start from nothing. If you've never written code, you can still reach a point like this where you can actually run these basic set of games, right? Which is insane, because initially, you, even if you use no code tools, you would still have to build the logic from scratch, which this game will take care of you without much of a problem, right? So again, it's not easy to understand how certain pieces of code work, what are environment variables, where it fails, how to create an environment. So it does require you to know the basics of programming language to a certain extent. But if you don't know, AI can help you, or rather guide you with respect to the certain set of things that you may encounter while you're writing the code. So for example, you can ask a follow-up question with respect to how do I run the code, and in fact Cursor automatically runs the code for you as well, right? So that level of independence wasn't possible prior to Cursor, but it's possible now, and it's crazy, right? So let's just wait for this final prompt to get done, and then post that we can. So as you can already see, this is working better than what we initially had built. Now I can actually drag words, and which wasn't a case earlier, right? So I wasn't really able to drag words. Now I can drag words, which means I just have to find the words, which I am terrible at. And trust me, this only works with words available in your dictionary. So I have to be very careful with respect to the words I pick. Majority of the words I'm not even able to find. So let's see if there's anything we can find to test out our flow. So I'm just going to see if I can, okay. Anyways, we can drag the words through the canvas, right? So I'm going to see if I can just, bring certain words closer. For example, I can see E and D here. If I can bring N, oh, okay, now, so it was able to complete the word, but for some reason I broke the flow. Anyways, now end should be able to work, but it's not working. So let's see if I can, again, end should be working. It is not really working. So again, there are a bunch of different things we'll need to do to make this work, but we did saw there was a match here, but it didn't break the, rather the set of cells here. Either ways, it's fun. Vibe coding is not too bad. I mean, you can start with nothing and get to a point where you have some sort of functional game, which you can, work on as a project and then improve over time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.